Hi, everybody. Finally back to doing the show again. I'm pretty sure I could speak for Mike, but holy crap, it's been a long time. Not really, since we did a Suicide Squad review of the trailer yesterday, but since reviewing the show, it's been a long time. Hi, I am Brock,
And I'm Mike.
and we're just going to get right into it because we've got a crap load of stuff to talk about. So, Mike, take it away.
Yeah, tonight we have three shows to talk about, and I'll get right ahead, starting with The Flash, Season 2, Episode 10, Potential Energy. As Dr. Wells struggles to find ways to increase Barry's speed, Cisco presents a new idea to slow Zoom down. Cisco tells the team about a metahuman whom he dubbed the Turtle, who has the ability to stop the kinetic energy around him and thus slow everyone to a halt. After Barry fails to stop the turtle at a diamond unveiling, the team sets a trap at a local exhibit. Barry invites Patty with the intention of telling her his secret, but the turtle is aware of the trap and almost succeeds in killing Patty before escaping. Later, the turtle kidnaps Patty in an effort to punish the Flash. The team tracks down the turtle, and Barry is able to generate enough speed to move through the kinetic waves the turtle creates to knock him unconscious and save Patty. Later, Patty tells Barry that she is leaving Central City, and Dr. Wells kills the turtle while extracting a portion of his brain. Meanwhile, Joe struggles to develop a relationship with Wally, who has been street racing in an attempt to earn enough money to pay for his mother's medical bills. Wow, that was a pretty loaded episode. A lot of things happened this time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Starting with the positives. I'll let you start this off.
The positives. I liked that they showed that dream sequence. That I liked quite a bit. They're really getting into showing a lot more personalities, just how much of a cynical dick that Harrison is. He throws Cisco's stuff. You're not going to throw my stuff. Goes over and whips all his stuff off his desk. Oh, I laughed pretty hard at that. The showing them overthinking, just showing that crap goes bad whenever you try to change plans with the whole thing at the art museum. The turtle. I cannot. That entire episode, I sat and thought that is not a real DC Comics character.
It can't be.
It can't be. And then I looked it up, and multiple people have been the turtle, like since Jay Garrick to Wally West. You learn new things every day. it was really good, and showing how cynical and weird that guy was with like the almost doll maker-esque, literally doll makered a girl and kept her in a museum.
Mm-hmm.
So making a lot out of a little, I liked that quite a bit. As far as other positives, is just it's continuing to be really good episodes, and they haven't really gone into depth, and they're still showing somewhat of mysticism of the fact that when Harrison, I found out about the idea to steal speed, he didn't have some inner monologue way later about how I'm going to guaranteed use this on Barry. He kind of held off on that. And just for me, how I caught it, how he looked, he thought, wait a minute, I might be able to use this to get my daughter back. And also the little bonding moment between Cisco and Harry in the van.
That was a genuinely great moment.
Yeah, and the whole really in-depth detail of how Zoom got his name, that was a good touch. Oh boy, I was expecting some really dumb, snarky comment from Harry or just the push off, but yeah, that was really good.
You know, I gotta say, I really like Tom Cavanaugh's performance this season, much better than season one, mm-hmm. because he's playing a more nuanced character. Mm-hmm. Like he's not as binary when it comes to the difference between his Harrison Wells persona and his inner like Eobard Thawne. Like he's got a lot of like complex motives, like basically everything he does is for his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yet at the same time, he's on a mission. He's found himself kind of a new team to work with, and I like how Team Flash has kind of accepted him. Like after the first time they met, like they moved right past the old Harrison Wells, and they've accepted, no, this is the genuine article. This is 100% Harrison Wells.
Yep. And I always kind of think of it as he was that one uncle that no one really liked at the family gathering when he was around. They just kind of put up with him. Now he's allowed to eat at the dinner table with everybody else and contribute and play board games and stuff like that. That's how I kind of, it's awesome. And are we just going to say the end of the episode and the positives, or are we going to talk about that when we're both done?
Oh, you mean that? We'll save that for later.
Okay, because that's two of my positives, so go.
Let's see. The other positive, I'll just elaborate on Turtle. I'm sure, like, okay, I'm not a big expert on the Flash's mythos as much as I am like Batman and Green Arrow. Mm-hmm. So I was not as aware of Turtle, much like you were, but man, he's a cool character, and that's a cool power to he's not like Parasite where he steals someone's powers and then kind of it becomes his own. No, it's more like I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like you're squishing.
He is like who is that kid in X-Men? He was in the third movie. He's a Morlock that like cancels your powers when you get within like 10 feet of him, but he doesn't steal it. Is it Leech?
Yeah.
Leech? I think he is.
I think it's Leech.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of who I thought it was, but anyways, go on.
Yeah, that's a very scary power to have. Like it's one thing to just steal someone's power. That's like we've seen that before, but to just like suck out the power, kind of like sucking out all the oxygen in the room.
It sounds like when you explain his power, it sounds dumb and useless until you see it in practicality.
Yeah, until you actually see it in action.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain without kind of without sounding dumb.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just talk about it now.
Oh boy. Okay, go ahead.
So Thawne is back.
And also, since we're going to talk about it, I need to mention this because it involves it. In the next, like, I've seen two different versions of next week's episode trailer, and they talk about how he's back, but they erased him. This kind of just sounds like that whole thing changed, and now Thawne is here, and he's a totally different Thawne, and it's the first time he traveled back in time. That's what it kind of seems like.
Yeah, It does kind of seem like we've kind of I don't know. It seems like we've kind of like rewritten history to a point where we're now kind of creating Reverse Flash again.
Yeah, like he's not Eddie's son. He's just another Thawne.
Yeah,
there's other ones. Because they say in that upcoming trailer, this is his origin story. This is the first time he's meeting any of you. So I guarantee they're all going to be like, hold on, let's try not to piss him off, not make him hate us, so that we don't have Zoom and Reverse. I had an idea in my head, but if we have time for predictions, I will throw that in later. Go ahead.
I actually have a question. Do you think we'll be seeing Reverse Flash as often as we do Malcolm Merlin in Arrow, where like he was the main baddie in season 1, but then we see him kind of in a short supply in season 2, and then becomes kind of a reoccurring character for the rest of the series?
Yes and no, because to me, and you agree, but I don't know how they handle it. Reverse Flash is a little bit more of a problem to deal with just ducking in and out every 5 minutes. Like, Merlin has got the League of Assassins. Reverse Flash can run at the speed of light. I would like him to do that, and I think they could do that. They would just have to handle it very carefully how they do it. But I could see them doing that.
All right.
If you get what I'm trying to say.
I only ask because Reverse Flash is to Barry and the other Flashes as like Lex Luthor is to Superman and the Joker is to Batman. And it almost feels like a waste to only have him in one season and then never see him again.
Oh, yeah. I see them using it in multiple seasons, but like this season, I see Malcolm Merlin in like 5 episodes. I don't see them using him that often.
Oh no, not that often, but like more like every once in a while.
Oh yeah, I see him popping up at least once a season. I would like the Trickster, pretty much.
Yeah,
I could be
have his appearance be a special event.
Oh yeah, they would be, like you said, they'd be stupid not to do that. And they're going to be, even with him, unless Zoom doesn't end up being Hunter Zolomon, just like them using that name and they use Hunter later on, they could just keep going. I doubt they'd have two. They definitely could have 2 evil speedsters at once because they have it now. But yeah, anything's possible. I don't know how long this show is going to run. Probably as long as they want to until people stop watching it. And if they keep writing it as good, people are not going to stop watching it. Supernatural is going to be going on 12 seasons. I'm part of why it is, because people like it and they rapidly attach. And what the CW president said is he's not too worried even if the show dips, of which it isn't. So they're going to keep running.
One thing you got to give CW credit for is they're like, they've just established a very loyal fan base.
Loyal's an understatement.
Hell, not just for like fans. Even I'm digressing a little bit to some of the non-superhero shows like My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend or Jane the Virgin, but those are getting like major awards like Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards. So
yeah, and isn't that like that girl? I can't think. I think her last name's Rodriguez. Isn't she going to be in like a movie about the BP oil spill with
Gina Rodriguez?
Yeah, or she's going to be in some. She's coming up in a movie. I can't remember what it was. I want to say it's about the oil spill, but it's something like these people are getting recognized and, like you said, winning awards for these shows. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our little baby CW network doing some good.
But not all that glitters is gold. We got to talk about some negatives.
Yeah. I do have some. One is just a stupid, that whole, and maybe some kissing of like, did you really not know how to write that line any better?
Yeah.
I just, that's just me. Just, yeah. But, this isn't a negative, but snap judgment quick. Holy crap. Something I didn't expect that might be a negative if it keeps continuing. The whole like freaking blood gun right into the cranium through the nostril of Turtle. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That was a quick, he just flipped the switch from Harry to Eobard Thawne in 2.5 out of nowhere. And I don't want him to go that dark.
I mean, I get it. Like, he said, like, he's made it clear that he'll do anything for his daughter, but Jesus, man.
Yeah.
To go that dark.
I could have thought they could have just done like, knock him out, get something in his arm. But no, he clearly sticks a tube that long up the guy's nose. That's clear past his eyeball. But and the other one, that piss poor excuse of Patty leaving. I'm sorry, that was handled stupidly. I'm
okay.
One bad moment. We're not going to talk about it. I'm, by the way, just re-accepting college and leaving. Okay, go ahead. We can talk about it.
I'm of two minds of this. One, outside of the show, I understand like why she's leaving Central City because she's signed on to another pilot. So so she's.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, so
I still think you gotta handle it better, but go on.
I was getting to that. Like from a network standpoint, I get why she's leaving, but from a narrative standpoint, she could have had a more graceful exit than that.
And how long did they know she was gonna have this pilot for?
Well, at the time of filming, probably like a couple months.
Or
maybe a month.
Or maybe a month. They could have somewhat, in some episodes, like filtered, hey, an acceptance letter, something. I have plans to do something else, but I got to get this done before I can. Now they're just like, I always wanted to be CSI. This is the exact moment that like I have every single season with Supernatural, but I end up getting over it, is the reason why Sam and Dean are pissed at each other. It never fails. They have one dumb reason every season why they're mad, and they end up getting over it. And this was just that one little moment where they're just kind of like, we have to have them leave. We can't think of a better way to write it right now, so she's got to be gone. I didn't know that, so they have an obviously good reason. I thought they were just having her leave because they're having her leave, but that makes me feel a little bit better.
That being said, I hope she comes back. I hope she's not like gone forever, because that excuse is too poor to like end her character on. Like, I don't want that to be the note. I don't want that to be the last time we see her character, because that just felt so clumsy of an exit.
Yeah, and I do want to say that in the season rest of the season trailer that I saw her and Barry in a warehouse somewhere, like actually out of the Flash suit. So I want to say that I'd have to rewatch it again, but for some reason in my mind that's sticking out that she was in other stuff. So that maybe they shot a good chunk of stuff with her, just like little stuff for her to pop in to where she doesn't need to be like at CCPD doing this and also at her apartment, but they can still have her in the show, like coming back and forth until they probably kill her off because her show will be successful and I'll hate it. But
we'll see as time goes on.
Yes, but do you have anything else you want to add before we move on?
I had a negative that was kind of canceled. That was canceled by a positive, but I'll address it anyway.
Okay.
Until the scene when Wally explained why he, was kind of being a jackass to Joe and the rest of the family. I didn't dig it.
Nope. I didn't dig it either. Did you say
that
something?
was coming. Sorry, that was coming from a link. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't love Wally being kind of a jerk to the family, especially when he like in the mid-season finale, we see him showing up at their door like that, almost implying, hey, I want to be a part of the family. Now it's like, yeah, that's not what I got to do, all this other stuff. But then they explain, no, the reason I'm like doing these like street races is I need to raise money because Francine's got cancer.
Yeah, I get that. It's just that he acted a little bit too much like, oh yeah, by the way, no one ever told you nothing, but I'm not going to admit that my mom just point blank didn't tell you I existed.
Yeah, a little bit of hypocrisy.
A little bit. Just a little. Yeah, and keep ripping on him that he's a detective. Guess what? Detectives don't investigate things that they don't know exist.
Yeah, you need a lead first before.
Yeah, but I will agree. The little Chinese takeout Kung Pao chicken thing, whatever, it made up for a little bit. And street racing cars to save your mom's life. It's going to be really hard for me to not like you because of you doing something like that. I'm not that much of a jerk. But yeah, I agree. All right, moving on. Arrow. Me and Mike every time look up the plot synopsis for these things. You heard Mike's very professional, very great plot synopsis. This is from every single website I have looked up for this episode. Oliver must deal with the devastating consequences of Dark's last attack. Seeking revenge, Oliver goes on a brutal manhunt looking for Dark. That could be every episode this season. Dang close. Like, come on, people. You don't even mention Anarchy's in the episode, and he was in all of the trailer. Like, come on. But anyways, positives, which is going to lead into me probably no longer being a positive because it just wrecked my all hopes of it happening at the end of the episode. There was another moment with the parent couple that I love so much. I love Smoke and Quentin being together. I don't even know why. I didn't even like Felicity's mom that much when I saw her at first, but I like her now. And just the fact that those two can be happy together for as long as I don't think it's going to last makes me happy. Just seeing two people getting rid of their crap to try and be happy with each other is good. Another thing that, like, we keep going about the stupid writing, that they're not doing with Arrow now. It's going to come to me. Thea spilled the beans to Laurel. I didn't think she was going to tell Laurel about it, but she told Laurel about the whole Dark reverse mojoing her with all that stuff.
Finally, at least she told someone.
Yeah. It's just, yes. And, okay, this is going to come back. People, listen to how I talk, because I am in no freaking way, shape, or form saying that Felicity is going to be Oracle. Listen to my words. I'm not saying that. Now, the reason why I love Oracle and characters like this in fiction is because of what they represent and what Felicity, in 2 different speeches, already represented before this event happened. Oracle, who, by the way, isn't even in comics anymore. DC? Ugh. She's a character that no matter what happens, always keeps trucking and always keeps doing what she needs to do to help. This whole, when she tries helping Sarah and Ollie in the first season and she like gets attacked with Clock King in that episode, I can't think what it's called. Sarah tells her that was incredibly brave. You want to what? Because it was. She's a person that knows how to hack computers. She doesn't know how to fight people. And she just keeps going. And the one time she's shown any weakness out of any of this was trying to think that she was not good enough for Ollie and that the whole for better or for worse thing, and he tries to tell her, I can't remember how she says it, but that if you no longer want to do this, the whole for better or for worse thing doesn't apply here. I teared up when he brought that ring back out and gave it to her and said it applies and I'm giving it back. And then the whole, I really want to go to Bali. What is Dark doing in Bali? Because as far as I'm concerned, if Dark is alive and in Star City, we have work to do. That's a little speeches like that to get to me. It was so good, so well handled. She is paralyzed in a hospital bed and she wants to help. She doesn't want to take a vacation. She doesn't want to go have a normal life. She wants to do this. She just got mercilessly attacked with assault rifles in a limo. And she wants to help. And also, everyone, look up the character Proxy. Go have some fun.
Proxy.
And all of a sudden you'll be like, wait, something exists in comics that I don't know about and can happen. Anyways, those are my positives. Mike, go on.
Well, since you talked about the character stuff, I'll talk about more of the action and Anarchy. Anarchy. Okay, on the Collider recap show, they weren't a big fan of Anarchy. They thought he was a little bit too corny and too much like the Joker. I just kind of dug him, and I kind of like the relationship he has with Thea, kind of like the back and forth they have, and it's kind of showing that there's more to Thea's bloodlust than we're kind of led to believe. Like we thought that after what happened between her and Dark, that she was cured. Apparently, that's not entirely the case.
Yeah, and yes, that is true. And as far as the other thing goes on, that is one comparison that I do completely understand when people talk about Anarchy. The main plot point above why people like the Joker
is because he represents anarchy.
He's an anarchist to the fullest degree, but an anarchist with plans. It's kind of scary. But that's how he kind of, he's a little different in comics because he's older. While in the Anarchy that I know the most, the one that was in like that was fluent throughout Nightfall, is a big dude that basically has the V for Vendetta mask on and like a red robe. But yeah, I could see the comparison. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, and I guess I can kind of see where people are coming from, because the idea of there being like a character named Anarchy in the same universe as the Joker does kind of seem a little bit redundant. But hey, it's comics. Every one of like 4 characters is someone redundant.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Jumping off what you said about Felicity, I was not a big fan of how they handled the will they won't they with Oliver and Felicity in season 3, but seeing them as a couple now, I've actually really, their relationship has really grown on me. Mm-hmm. Speaking of relationships, Diggle and Andy probably have the most interesting sibling rivalry, sibling something going on there.
Yeah, rivalry is what you want to call it. Apparently, he's beaten the living snot out of him more than once, and not since he became a ghost, like they were referencing before. And apparently, I didn't know they talked about, because he talked about him being straight-laced. They mentioned up a time 10 years ago when he beat him because he found out he was dealing before.
So, and there's a lot more. There are like layers to Andy's character. There are like a couple different layers. First we the audience finds out that Andy is not the person that Diggle has known. And then we also find out that Andy's not even like who we thought he was after that first reveal. So mm-hmm. there's like a twist within a twist of who Andy is. And also I like how Diggle's wife always remains the level head of the group. Like she knows just what to say to Diggle. She knows just what to say to Diggle to get him to do the right thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of roles that they've knocked out of the park. She is one thing I cannot wrap my head around, kind of. And as far as her name, she's the Harbinger from comics. I've never understood why they gave her that name. Because for anyone that does not know, the Harbinger is a comic book character that is known for being on Themyscira with the Amazons. And she has like foresight or like I want to say somewhat like visions that she can see or something like that, or at least she did in that Batman v Superman Apocalypse movie. No, Apocalypse, yeah. I think it was Apocalypse movie, but anyways, it's just, I get it, it's a code name, Layla Michaels and then Harbinger for whatever, but that's my little, I've just never understood that. But yeah, she is a very good character, that she's one of those people that just will not let Diggle not tell her that he's being an idiot.
Yeah, of all the minor supporting characters, I never thought Lila would be my favorite, but damn it, she does a good job.
Yeah, she's really good.
Now let's see, one more positive that I have is Dark's family.
His wife's a bitch.
She is, yeah.
Sorry for my language, but wow.
I was reading an interview with the producers earlier today, and they described Dark's wife as this kind of Lady Macbeth sort of character, and the more I think about it, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And I would love to see her develop more as that kind of character. Mm-hmm. And one last bonus positive, Damien Dark. Whenever Neil McDonough shows up, you know he's gonna turn in a fantastic performance, even if it's just for like a minute of screen time.
Yeah, something like that. You say 3 months? I'll give you 3 months. Enjoy the time with your family.
I think it was like 3 weeks.
Or 3 weeks or whatever it was. Enjoy your time with your family. Oh man, Neil, you need to be in more stuff, bud.
Seriously. Do we have any negatives for this episode?
Yeah, I do. Man, I understand his face looks cool like that, but he got royally Molotov'd, and he's got like 3 burns on his face. In the middle of his face. You could have done a little bit better job of making it look like he got roasted alive.
Whatever cream he's wearing, I want it.
Yeah, he is drinking that special goat blood that Keanu Reeves and Will Smith do to look like they're 25 still. Negatives? What else? Nothing. I know there's something both of us are going to want to talk about, and it's in the last 2 minutes, so I'll let you do your negatives, and then we'll talk about that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a negative that I have. Maybe it's yet another scene of Laurel bitching out Oliver when he has a perfect when they both in their heads they both have like the right idea of what to do in a situation. I don't know. I think I've just seen enough scenes of Laurel bitching out Oliver that I think this one was a little bit unnecessary.
For what I've seen, and I understand why people complain about it, there's always has to be that one character that tries to talk sense into someone for doing a dumb plan. What the Arrow writers always do is they always make Laurel that person. And I'm not saying that Diggle's never told him he's being stupid, but it's always the person that gets physically angry and chews him out, like to the nth degree, is always Laurel. They always make her be that person. So when she just does it again, it's always just like, well, Laurel's yelling at him again. It's just like, make Thea chew him out once.
Thea would have made more sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like. It's just another. That would be one little fix for it.
I'm honestly not sure if it's the her delivery or is it the writing, because I don't know. I'm starting to lose my patience with that a little bit, I genuinely like Laurel as a character. She had some rough moments in season 1 and season 2, but like since she became Black Canary, her character has grown a significant amount.
Oh yeah. I find it hard to hate Katie Cassidy in anything. I even liked her in that horrible Nightmare on Elm Street remake. That was bad. She was about the only good thing in a little bit of Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy, but I think it's just a little bit more sometimes with the direction and the writing as much as her.
Yeah, that sounds about right, but please, for the rest of the season, spare us the constant Laurel bitching.
Hashtag constant Laurel bitching. That should be an after show t-shirt.
Yes.
I would wear that proudly. Nowhere else but here. Okay.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
It's a mighty big elephant in the room. Me and Mike have gone back and forth about this off camera and on camera about that freaking grave. After this past week, me and him both thought that was going to be a fake grave for Felicity. Spoiler alert, Felicity was at the funeral. So it's not for her. And she's upset. Oliver's morbidly pissed, but not crying. He asks her if she's okay. She says no. She asks him if he's okay. I'm going to rule out some possibilities here. There's no way on God's green earth that's Thea, because he would not be asking her if she was okay in that situation, because he would just be gone, and Felicity would be trying everything humanly possible to comfort him in that situation. Same thing with Laurel. Mm-hmm. He would not be asking Felicity if she was okay, because there's nowhere near the connection Laurel has with Felicity that she has with him. There's 3 options here that I think are there. Also, I do not believe it's the girl he had the kid with or the kid, because once again, same situation.
Hold on. I'm just cutting you off for 1 second. There's one more given we have to remember. Why is just Barry there?
Or that's one thing that I'm also thinking about. How long was Oliver standing there before Barry got there? And how long has the funeral been over with for?
Okay.
That's my only other option. I'm thinking of why only Barry was there. Because any of the options I just mentioned, everybody should be there. The only person that would make him come would be Felicity. And I, under no circumstances, would think that Oliver would legitimately try to make Barry think that Felicity was dead.
Yeah, because knowing like the 3 of them, that'd be a really dick move.
Yeah, and that would be a really easy secret to keep. It would just be in Central City, where you have no reason to mention Felicity, don't mention Felicity. And they're going to give her a code name eventually. The 3 I'm thinking is you have Roy suited up again. Dark kills him.
Okay.
And Felicity's going to be upset because she's known Roy as long as Ollie. Ollie will be upset, but I don't think as much as if it was Thea or Laurel. He's going to be upset, yes, but it's going to be the whole, it's my fault he's dead. In that episode, I guarantee he's going to ask him to put a suit back on to try and help, and he'll think it was his fault. And this is enough to make Felicity, who does not want Ollie to kill ever again, say you have to kill him. Roy would be a person to do that. The other 2, damn it, is either Felicity's mom or Captain Lance. I'm sorry, I have it locked down to those 3. And I don't want either to be either 3 of them. I will be significantly hurt. The one that I want that I'd be the most okay with, and I'm still not okay with, would be Felicity's mom. But then that would turn Lance into it would turn Lance back into an alcoholic in a heartbeat.
It's honestly a no-win situation for anyone.
Is there someone I'm not thinking of?
There's one you didn't mention that I've kind of been hearing like on the internet. Some people are speculating it could be Diggle, but it's not gonna be Diggle.
No. No. That is just some person's like, hey, man, they're going to do it. I'm calling it right now. No, they're not. Oliver would be in shambles if Diggle died. That is his freaking brother. No. And he would not be asking Felicity if she was okay when Diggle died.
Yeah, no, Ollie would be broken if Diggle died.
Yeah, and I don't know how close. Well, I take that back. I could see Barry coming from Central City to Starling if Diggle died because he knows how much that would mean to Ollie. I take that back. That would be a reason why Barry would come. I was going to say Barry and Diggle aren't that close, but
he'll be there for a friend.
Yeah, he'll be there for a friend, definitely. All right, we're going to rank them. Are you okay with those being the top 3 choices?
I'm okay with those being the top 3 choices.
What is your order of likelihood for the 3 of them?
Number 1, it pains me to say this, but
number one being most likely?
Yeah, number 1 being most likely, number 3 being least likely.
Okay.
Number 1, it pains me to say this, but Felicity's mom.
Yep.
Number 2, Lance.
Okay, and then Roy.
And then Roy's 3.
I am the exact same with you, except I'm switching out Roy and Lance.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Roy just kind of left the show. Part of me thinks that Roy is going to die, and they're going to retire the red jersey and bring out the comic book looking of that. I still think of the classic yellow and black kind of look.
Oh, Mia's suit.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have the whole Mia Dearden suit. I think that's going to happen because they're going to be paying respect. He's going to be not like Jason Todd, but they will have a kind of thing that no one needs to wear that suit anymore. It's in respect for Arsenal. Part of me thinks that Lance is just too good of a character, and I don't want to say they've given me hope by bringing Roy and more Felicity back that they have a chance of saving Lance, because in no situation do I want to have to choose between Roy and Lance, because I love both of them.
I know that's what makes this tough. And no offense to Felicity's mom, but she's just not an important enough character to need to stay alive longer than she has to.
And from a writing standpoint, that's Felicity's motivation. If she offs her mom, she's going to do whatever she has to.
And they've established enough that Felicity and her mom never got along that they never got along that much where Felicity would be bawling her eyes out.
No, but she'll obviously be upset, and he's asking her first if she's okay.
So, yeah, that's the clue right there.
You watch.
But again, why is Barry there? Still remains the fork in the road.
Because it's to comfort Felicity.
Well,
maybe
we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways,
hang on before we move on to Legend of Tomorrow. Something I've loved about Arrow ever since season 1. They always have that one thing to they always have that one thing to keep you invested in each season.
He's got 2 of them this season: Genesis and that grave.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good at that. They're extremely good at that. We never even mentioned the island this entire time. We're almost done.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I completely forgot about the island.
One more complaint. Really? You're going to show a fake scene of Ollie killing himself? I understand it's in the context, but people, come on.
Yeah.
But anyways, you saw the weird glow-in-the-dark tattoo coming on whenever he was getting whipped for some reason.
I guess that was kind of the tattoos were doing its job.
I don't know, because he had that weird Jafar-looking crystal ball weird thing he had in his hand. I don't know.
I just love how we're nowhere near close to an answer about those tattoos.
We've got
all we know is that Ryder still wants Ollie alive because magic.
Pretty much. He's like, importance, magic, need, much importance.
Also, I hate Conklin with a passion. I don't like. It's not just because of his stereotypical southern drawl, but just the fact that he's kind of dumb.
He's kind of dumb and
dumb, hot-headed, and is just kind of a waste of space.
He is a waste of space, but I do love the fact that I'm like, what is the point of this dude even being here? He's his main person, but oh wait, this one guy shows up. I'm instantly going to trust him over Conklin. Conklin wants to kill this guy, but I'm not going to let him because of magic. And Conklin just shut up, your whiny baby. The thing that came up, Ryder literally tells him, remember, there is no part of my plan that requires you remaining alive. I'm like, oh yeah, he really doesn't care about this guy. He's just a person that thinks he's too important and just likes thinking he has big shoes. And that helped me a little bit accept his personality because he's just that kind of a guy. He's not important under any stretch of imagination. He's just a dude who's in charge of watching the crop.
That was literally my favorite line of that scene. Like, yeah, you literally mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I could kill you. I don't care. Get away from me.
All right, that's enough on Arrow. We got Legends of Tomorrow to talk about.
Okay. I'll start with one thing, and then I'll let you do the positives first. In my opinion, out of Arrow, Flash, and maybe even Supernatural, out of all the season premieres I've seen, this might be the best season premiere I've seen of a CW show.
I agree 100%.
Thank you. All right, go on with your positives.
Okay, well, first of all, what is Legends of Tomorrow, you may ask? Well, Legends of Tomorrow, basically the premise is Rip Hunter travels back in time to the present day, where he brings together a team of heroes and villains in an attempt to prevent Vandal Savage from destroying the world and time itself. But what we find out when watching this episode, there is some hidden depths. Like, first of all, who is Rip Hunter? Well, he's a time master, but he's not just that's not just the title he gives himself. He's part of a whole time council, and this mission
is a time master, not a time lord. Remember, people.
Yes. He's part of a time council, and this mission that he goes on completely off the books. He's like, well, screw you, stuffy old man. I'm gonna go do my own thing. I'm taking a ship and I'm grabbing a motley crew of nobodies, and we're gonna save the future. So that's a positive right there. That what Rip Hunter's doing is completely illegal, and his motives, which we find out later, are pretty personal for what has been advertised as just a rip-roaring fun adventure.
Yeah.
He has personal stakes in this mission, and yet that doesn't stop him from grabbing just a seemingly random collection of nobodies. One of my other positives, and then I'll let you elaborate, are just all the character moments. Okay, this episode is called Pilot Part 1. So much like book adaptations that split the last movie in two parts, this kind of does it in reverse. It takes a pilot and splits it in two parts. So my point is, quote unquote, nothing happens. Basically, all that happens is the chess pieces have been gathered. They're placed on the set, and then they go to 1970s, and chaos ensues. And by chaos, I mean, while the adults do the boring let's talk to Mr. Exposition dump.
It's sad how accurate that is.
The kids go have fun at the bar. Okay. I'm gonna let you elaborate on some of the details, because I love how trying to explain this episode, we just can't keep a straight face because nothing happens, but we can totally make fun of that.
And the fact that literally nothing happens in this episode didn't hit me until I was done watching it. Like right before we were about to go online, I'm sitting here thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, he grabbed them, they went back in time, they talked to dude, got attacked by dude, and like nothing happened. And this episode was so good. They did so much with literally nothing.
Like literally all it was character moments.
Yes. And that's like what a good chunk of the show is going to be. And if you do that correctly, that could be the best television ever. Like, this is going to be the greatest setup for just random pop culture references ever. He's like, we leave you alone for 20 minutes and you get in a fight with Boba Fett. I lost it.
And before that, those two nobodies that Kronos zapped, they compared to Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. I love it. We didn't have a Star Wars movie come out recently. Man, I miss Katie Lotz. Wow, did I miss Katie Lotz? Like, seeing this show was just basically, man, we have way too many good supporting characters that are as good as the main cast. We really should correct that. And I can just seeing Snart and Sarah interact with each other, they're going to be my favorite two of this season. Just seeing those two, I see those two getting in an unbelievably high amount of hijinks just because they have two not similar personalities, but personalities that could get along really well.
It's like they're the two younger siblings that will just go off and do their own adventures.
Yeah, like I could see those two at least once every other episode drinking in whatever time, and some dude just comes up and like this time, man, just seeing that grizzled dude at the bar, he's like, no, but your girlfriend's more my speed. She just snaps his arm and walks away. And the fight ensues. He just smashes the beers on the ground. And then it all breaks loose. It's so good. Seeing Stein drug Jackson was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was a good combination of, I liked that with Ray it made a lot of sense. But the whole finding out in the end that he basically got them because they hold no meaning, which is basically what I was kind of getting at with my first statement. It's all these great characters are sitting in the background that could do a lot more if you push them to the forefront of a show.
You know what I love about the writers and producers of all three shows? They're very smart when it comes to meta text. Like, and maybe it's because I've just been taking a lot of media classes, so I'm kind of familiar with deconstructing entertainment. But man, I see so much meta text with the premise of the show, and what Rip Hunter tells them, like, you guys have no impact on history. That is basically saying, you guys have no place right now in Flash or Arrow, so you guys are on your own.
Yeah. No one's going to miss you in the future, so we can't say that, oh, wait, they did something important, so if we do this, this won't happen anymore because they didn't do said thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, and I have to say something because we almost, word for word, had a moment that I thought was going to happen in this episode.
Oh.
Almost word for freaking word. Me and Mike, I thought it was on camera. Part of it was on camera, but mostly it was off. The whole scene, I thought that Sarah was going to make the suit herself and then come in and see Laurel. They have the whole scene. You should be the white canary, and then just unveils the suit. Cisco has made so much crap for Team Arrow. It's ridiculous. Like, it is spare time. I just would have loved to have seen, like, we don't notice now in an older episode, you kind of see like a prototype for like a white chest armor piece sitting in the back of like Star Labs somewhere. He's getting so much screen time, like not even mentioned screen time of just stuff he did sitting. But there's as far as like and other things coming up, like I didn't see the whole what was the kid's name again?
Jonas.
I didn't see that being Rip's son. I was waiting for it to turn to him, ask him what his name is, and say his name was Rip. That's what I thought was going to happen.
That's what I thought too. But I guess that wasn't the case.
Also, how do you make a villain look like someone you would not mind being royally destroyed by a couple of heroes? Make him murder a child in the first 2 minutes of the show. That is right underneath, you don't kill the dog, you don't kill the kid.
And before that, I'm pretty sure it was the mother who died.
I know, but did he shoot the mom, or did the guards do that? I thought the guards did that.
Well, yeah, but she
the mom still gets axed, obviously. But yeah, and then the whole he commandeered the ship. There was a really good constructing of what is that term called? In media res, where they kind of start at a point. I guess no, that would be technically in media res. In media res is where you start kind of partway through a story and then work backwards, or like you lead up to that moment again. Where they're talking about how they kind of make you think that he was an official Time Lord until that moment comes up where he has to tell everyone that he just stole the ship and that they're being chased. It's just good writing.
Yeah.
Good writing makes an episode where literally nothing happens be my favorite pilot the CW's made.
It's not just good writing, it's good pacing. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like yeah, we've been saying over and over that nothing happens, but judging by the pacing of this episode and every single interaction between the characters, it doesn't feel like nothing. There's a review I watched for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I know, going a little bit off topic for a second, but my point is, the guy doing the review said you can a lot can be excused when you have memorable characters at the forefront, and that's what the show has. It has memorable characters that you've already gotten to know from Arrow and Flash, and Rip Hunter. He has one of the best origins in the CW verse. Like, just a really quick intro of this is a dark future. My family has been killed. I want to do something about this. Yeah.
Also, we need to mention this because I'm assuming at some time in the future, Rip gets a hold of it, but you see in the episode for Flash for next week, or actually this past week, that Reverse Flash has Gideon. Rip Hunter has Gideon.
Yes.
Is that just a basic like Siri in the future, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's a question. And until it gets explained, it is a question that will never go away.
Or is Rip a little bit like his dad, Booster Gold, who went back in time, got a hold of some Justice League equipment, and made himself a superhero. Where he just kind of got Gideon.
The possibilities.
Because he said not a whole lot of people make it. It's a dark future. Maybe just found Gideon when Reverse Flash is dead.
Could be.
Could be. I just thought right away of like, did he say Oh, he did say Gideon. Also, CGI. Holy crap. I feel like I say that way too often. But CW should not have the budget to do this stuff. Gideon looked movie quality, and so did that ship.
Yeah.
That was and coming from a person who's seen a lot of really bad by his own choice big creature movies with horrible effects, TV's pulling this crap off.
Yeah, unlike Lunch Money budget.
Yeah. They should not, between all three of these shows, be pulling this off. Give or take, they don't need to do a whole lot on Arrow, but like, I was thinking they blew their whole load for all three shows with King Shark. Nope, he's going to be showing up later this season, I guess, according to rumors. And they've got that ship and all this stuff. It just, wow. Like you said, rabid fan base, they're not scared to spend money because they know people are going to watch it and they're going to recoup it. So, oh boy, it is. I'm going to really enjoy doing this after show even more now that we've got more of this coming.
Yeah. When the episode ended, I just had the hugest, like, I had just the biggest smile on my face. Like it ended. I'm like, wait, that's it? Give me more. Where's more?
Yeah. And originally, we're like getting towards the time you wanted to record now. You're like, you're halfway through this episode, send me a message on Facebook. Send me a link as soon as you want to record. I want to talk earlier.
Yeah, because I just got so excited. Like, and that was like halfway through the episode. I messaged you that.
Yeah, halfway's being gracious. I think it was like a third of the way. But man, it is so good to be alive and with DC stuff. This is the reason why I'm really happy the TV shows aren't connected. Because they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, whereas the movies are... If this show was connected to the movies, you'd be hearing much more complaining.
You would have continuity issues coming out every orifice that everyone working in a DC facility had. If they were trying to pull all these TV shows off along with this. They have to do bare minimum on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with connectivity to keep that show connected. Like, they're barely cleaning up scraps from Thor. And that's their connected. But is there anything else that you would like to speak on? Oh, there's one thing we showed, since we're actually doing really good on time. The first official picture of Vixen popped up.
Yes.
She looks amazing.
I have no words. She looks beautiful.
She looks good, and that's the voice actress. Yep. It is scary how perfect that she was for this. And they're also doing a season 2 for that animated series.
Yay! By the way, the only reason we haven't been talking about Vixen on this show is because the way CW Seed made that series, it's basically the size of one like 30+ minute animated TV show pilot.
Yeah.
And that just wasn't enough to talk about like on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and it would feel kind of off, in my opinion, bringing it up, because it really didn't have any big overarching deals with it. So
yeah, even the meat of the show itself was just kind of, it's just her origin. Granted, it was a good origin, but it was still just an origin.
Yeah, and she looks exactly like she does in that thing, except she's got long hair. That's like the only difference. I thought her costume was good in that, and she's got longer, more on her sleeves. But
I'm pretty sure they cast her just like they cast her just in case they were going to put her in one of the live action shows, and it turns out that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
Episode 15 is when she'll be showing up on Arrow.
Oh, it's coming up so quick. It's gonna be so good. So good. I'm excited to see how they show her powers in a live setting. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Cool. But I thought we were gonna go a lot longer than what we did talking about all those, but we're professionals. There was sarcasm in that statement, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for watching. We are so excited to be back. This is so good to be. Now we're gonna be able to do not three shows a week, but talk about 3 shows a week, and it's gonna be all great content, judging from what we've seen so far. I am Brock Emmerich. You can find me at WayneTech7 on Twitter and poking around the Geeks and Gamers page and the Sons and Daughters of Movie Talk page.
And I am Mike K. You can find me on Twitter at Captain K42. And you can check out my reviews at geeksandgamers.com. I'm also the admins of the Geeks and Gamers page and the Sons and Daughters of Movie Talk page. So yeah, tune in next week. Don't forget to subscribe to the Geeks and Gamers YouTube channel.
Yes,
there's a whole bunch of great content, not just by us, but by the people of We Are Geek.
And Jeremy, you get to see his lovely mug popping up in all of his videos, making fanboys angry. I love it.
Stay tuned. There's plenty more great content coming in the future.
Oh yeah, the wheels are going, and there's no stopping this train. So everybody, I'll catch you next time.